Hello everyone, my name is Construct and we play Format YuGiOh. Let me welcome you to Archetype Overload. Here we use only one archetype, attribute or any specialty of it to build as many decks as possible. I hope you saved some time because this will come all this week. I think I said it all, let's get to the deck. Welcome to day number 5 of Harpy Week. I bet you had some fun this week already. Today's topic is all about Harpy Aggro. We just try to get guys on the field and push some damage. Like same kind of like Earth Aggro, just with Harpies and Wind and just worse, if you ask me. But it is kind of similar, I think, to the return deck or the normal Harpy deck. We just want to be aggressive and get damage in. But this is even, I think, more simple because we have just guys just to push through, nothing else, just no return or like no secret strategy, whatever. So let's get through the deck. We have Cyber Harpies since it's pretty big and cool. We have Tour Harpy Lady number 1 because it boosts all of our wind monsters pretty good, and just one Harpy Lady Sisters. I told you before, this is just a brick and we just want to have one of these, but we need one of these because it's Harpy Week. We have a full stack of 3 Slate Warriors, one of the best wind monsters if you ask me, and just great to push damage and to destroy opponents' monsters. We have 3 Sylphides. I decided just to play 3 special summon cards, and in my opinion Sylphide is the better one of the two. That's why we played this one 3 times. We have 2 Kamakiris, very good to have board presence, searches out Harpy Ladies and just cool here. We have 2 Spear Dragons, 1 Breaker and 1 Tribe, and this is it for the monsters. Not so many, like typical for a aggro deck. We have the Trinity, we have Snatch, we have 2 Elegant Egotist, definitely enough here. We have 2 Nox, a Heavy Storm, Premature Burial, and 1 United We Stand. We want to do damage, we want to have big guys, and this card is just perfect for this. We have 1 Terraforming in the main and 1 Harpy's Hunting Ground and Rising Air Current. I decided this ratio because we can decide if we have Terraforming rather to get something against back row or something that boosts our attack better. I think this is good in this deck, so Terraforming shouldn't be dead anytime because we have 2 field spells but have more flexibility to decide if we need this or the other one. To round the spells up, we have an MST. For the traps, we have Mirror Force, Torrential, and Ring. We have a Call, we have 2 Sakuretsu armors, since we suck sometimes with 2 small Harpies or a Spear Dragon in defense, whatever. So we need Sakuretsus and 3 Solemn Judgments to make the way clear. This is the main deck, pretty simple like I said, not so much to talk about here. In the side we have our Cyber Jar, 2 Threatening Roars. Against Reasoning Gate, we have 1 Spell Canceller, pretty good synergy here with the Wind attribute. 1 Spear Dragon against Control with a Book of Moon. We have a second Rising Air Current we can add to the deck or side out with the Harpy's Hunting Ground if we feel the need to. Kind of the strategy like in the return deck, but little different. We have 1 more Sakuretsu, we have Morphing Jar, of course, against Turbo. We have 2 Trap Dust Shoots against Turbo, or maybe Control even, if we go first, for example. And 1 Sasuke Samurai in the side against Turbo also. Then we have 3 Dust Tornadoes, can be pretty good against aggro decks, but also very good against Burn, because we can easily side out the Judgments and get in some Dust Tornadoes. Like I said, folks, pretty simple, just aggression with the Harpies, so nothing more to say here. I think let's watch a replay first and then have some real matches. Alright, welcome to Harpy Aggro. The week is coming to an end. Just today and tomorrow left for some nice Harpy content. So, 2 sets from the opponent. We have a Pot of Greed, Solemn, Kamakiri, Terraforming, and Spear Dragon. Nice hand. Alright, looks like I don't know, Okay, looks like a beginner from the elo and everything, and the jar activation just doesn't make sense. That's things you can tell maybe some players without so much experience, because there's not any reason to do it in this situation. So we searched for rising air current, activated Pot of Greed, and look who is here. Our lovely sisters. They waited till we have Pot of Greed, but they're here now. We are summoning Kamakiri, use Rising Air Current, and get over the Angel. Could have even think about not activating Rising Air Current and just crash to get maybe like a Harpy out to have a use of the Elegant Egotist, but I think it's fine. They maybe get a DD Warrior Lady. Yeah, that's like, except like another Shining Angel. This is the only real good target, I think. Kaiku coming down. We have a Solemn, but I don't think we use it here. Kaiku won't come over the Kamakiri anyways. Maybe they want a Dark Engrave. Hit a drop off. Maybe this is Gumo Sumo. Chaos. So, as expected, Kamakiri is getting banished. And they hit us with the Kaiku. But we have no monsters. Oh, we just have the Breaker. If something's like getting destroyed by drop off or anything, I don't have any memory. Like, I had this once with a Mirror Force from my opponent, I think, because it was from Duo. And I thought they didn't had Mirror Force till now, and I played around it the whole time. Super dumb. Drawing into Sylphid doesn't do nothing here, but we have the Spear Dragon with the Solemn backup. So we definitely attack with the Spear Dragon. Get rid of the Kaiku, and if the Spear Dragon gets destroyed next turn, we have Banish fodder for the Sylphid. I think we even have to Solemn the book. Yeah. Because if we wouldn't have done it, there would be no play left. And surprise, this one is useless in your hand. Even without the other two. Because you don't want to summon it from hand. Torrential. We just get in. Magic Cylinder. The opponent should have waited for this, I think. Because this is a way better surprise factor if you kill your opponent. But checked it, I think, and Spear Dragon doesn't go to defense if the attack is negated, so we'll stay in attack position. I know they wanted to avoid damage, but especially when you have a Night Assailant. Yeah, that's it. Nothing we can do here with bricks in hand. Game 2 coming down. No Harpy Sisters till now. But we have it at least once per match. At least. So, same as always, Kamakiri, and I think the Rising Air Current. Okay, maybe this time we learned if they have Shining Angel, we could crash and get a Harpy Lady or anything from deck. Haiku coming down. I think we get Harpy Lady. Or maybe another Kamakiri. Not so many targets. In Go general, like, not many good win targets. Yeah, we get the Harpy. Because with the Rising Air Current, these guys are pretty big. Storm, please. Thank you. Drop off. And another jar. That's the whole thing about this card. Can get a plus if you chain it to something. Well, the whole thing is to thin your deck. But, know what I mean. Okay, we decided not to overextend. They have a Raigeki break. I think they have to discard a real card. Yeah. Left in knock. I think we just summon the Spear Dragon and let it chill with 2400. Wall. Come over. Out of Crete. Two new sets, maybe a drop off and a Jar of Greed that will activate immediately. We can chain the MST to the drop off. Very lucky for us. They can chain the ring. They can chain the ring, but we don't really care. So now Harpy Lady coming down, get over the Kaiku. Maybe we will have here switch of the control. Could have think about setting the knock as a bait, but I don't think you have to bait beginners in most cases. And here, let's see if Tribe and Harpy Lady 1 is lethal. Yeah, it definitely is. So I think we should summon Tribe. Hard decision. Yeah, we should go for it with the knock against Chaos without light. I think this is the right decision. Even if they get rid of one of them, it is still lethal, so... Shining Angel. Okay, this will be tribed right away. Discarding knock. They have an... Okay, have Book of Moon. We really don't care since we have the knock. Very nice. And get in. GG. Great. Aggro doing aggro stuff. I'm still not sure what we are playing against, to be honest. Well, it is Chaos for sure, but... maybe it's Chaos Return with the Angels? But why the drop-offs? Well, they love their Kaikus for sure. So, Slate Warrior, Harpy Lady. I think we should summon Slate Warrior, try to get in. Or we set Slate Warrior, but they left a knock last game, so I think they still have them. So let's try to get in. Bottomless Trap Hole. This would be good against our return deck from yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Another Kaiku. Can't afford to solemn this. So one will be Sakuretsu for sure. They chain ring. This is this is, it's kind of funny. I don't want to make fun of people, don't get me wrong, but I can see myself in most beginners because the only thing in your head is we want to make damage. You would rather sacrifice a card to make 500 damage and get -1 than like keep the card and save it for later. You don't have the thinking, mostly you don't have the thinking at that point of your experience. And it's so interesting because now I'm like, why should you do this? But nevertheless, we have a big turn here. We drew into United We Stand. And the Harpy Lady is coming down with the Elegant Egotists, get the Harpy Lady Sisters, and no matter what the back row is, I learned to not to go with the mouse to the back row because we would see it in the replay. We have a Solemn against it, so we just can chill and get in. All boosted, all ready to launch big chunky attacks. So let's go to battle phase. Get over the Kaiku. Book of Moon. Think is fine. I'd rather keep the Solemn, I think. Because now we don't care. Drop off. Really don't care. This is a -1 deck. So weird numbers. Okay, I'll get it. Tribe is coming down. Tribe will be solemned immediately. And I think here, see what they have, but if they don't have anything, win. GG. GG. I wonder in that cases. I wonder in that cases if they would have done it better with the jars and everything, if this would have had such a big impact that they won. Okay. I don't see it still. It is Schoolyard. Let's be real. It is Schoolyard, cool cards. Let's get in. Just fun. If you guys want to see this one time, just Schoolyardish decks, you can send me your lists in the comment and I can try them out. That will be fun. Like Schoolyard Saturday. I'd really love to do that. That would be cool. So let's please send me your ideas or your deck inspirations that you have in your mind from the past. That would be so cool. We would have drawn into Pot of Greed and Delinquent Duo, so pretty good. That's it for the first replay, folks. Pretty cool. Aggro action, pretty much Harpy stuff, very nice. But let's have another one, so see you next duel. Instant hello. Hello, Roger. X96. I almost said 69. Welcome to the video and welcome to replay number 2 of Harpy Aggro. Very good hand. Breaker, Pot of Greed, Snatch Steal. Love to see it. We slam in the pot. Maybe we will see some Harpies Hunting Ground action this match. I think we... Did we have it in another deck than this? I'm not sure right now. I don't think so, if I remember right. But we will summon Slate Warrior. Always better to summon it game 1 than set it because Nox are still alive most of the times. Not setting the call since we don't have a monster in grave. Looks like Turbo. Experienced player. Thunder Dragons into Grace. I love to see it. Always when I watch Paddy's YouTube, if you don't know him, check him out. Almost every time he starts a match, he's like, oh, they don't have an extra deck, or oh, they run 42 cards. And I never look at stuff like this, and I really want to get used to it because it's funny sometimes what ratios they have in deck. And pretty important to see if they have an extra deck, because that tells a lot about the experience or about the deck they're playing. So I really want to get better at this. But they set some cards, stole our Slate Warrior, and attacked for 1900. Now they dust shoot us, and I really hate this because Breaker would have been just great here, and I assume they get rid of the Breaker. And I think there's not so much left we can do after this. We could snatch the Slate Warrior back, or use Tribe, but I don't really see it. If we use Tribe and maybe discard the Harpies Hunting Ground, we could summon Sylphid by banishing the Slate Warrior. I think that would be good. Or we discard, or we don't banish it and have a use of the call first, and just attack with the Tribe. Maybe this is better. Okay, we decided to go the Sylphid route because we can also call back one of those guys if we feel the need to. Unfortunately, they have a Moth. I think they get the Graceful back, yep. And I think we set the call and pass the turn. There we go. Dust Tornado. Not really common in Turbo. But because I think you don't care so much about back row. Because you're not in a hurry. Not like with aggro decks, you want to be fast, you want to do damage, but with like Turbo or Control even more, you're playing the Turbo slow game, but you just wait for your stuff and then use like Storm or Regeki Breaks or whatever to make a final push. That's one of the things I really had to learn when I started playing Turbo. So this is a clean looking breaker, and this is a clean looking stolen breaker next turn. But I bet they have like a Regeki Break or anything, maybe a Dust Tornado even. So they just have one back row, which we really like. Okay, this could be a very huge turn. We steal the breaker. They don't have a Sinister Serpent, even if they have a Regeki Break. It's a jar, we don't care. Summon Harpy, get the sisters, and do damage. Graveyard is not set up yet. This could be for our advantage. Let's boost those guys. Breaker is at 1600. We forgot to change the attack. I'm really not used to change the attack of Breaker. I just put on the counter. That's it. Okay. That was fast. We sided our Turbo package. Morphine jar, I think. Dust shoot. Hello. Very good. Maybe we will see some hunting ground action this match. So Thunder Dragon is doing Thunder Dragon things. Sometimes when I play those fun decks, I'm like, and I lose often. Like with the Ninja Harpy deck, it was kind of hard to find some good matches. And then I'm like, man, what did I do wrong? And what could I have done better? And then I'm like, wait, I could have just played a better deck. That's the thing I had to learn. Like, you play a bad deck, you probably lose, because that's why people play Turbo or Warrior, because you can win way easier. And That's the point. But sometimes I sit there and like, what did I do wrong? But yeah, it's just a deck. And we are playing fun decks. And that's a thing I had to remember. So they played Kaiku and one set. They have 3 real cards and 2 Thunder Dragons in hand. We have a Dust Shoot. Well, we can get rid of the back row with the Hunting Ground. And the Harpy Lady is boosted to 1800. We have a Mirror Force, so I think we should definitely play the Hunting Grounds. We will see some Hunting Ground action. Awesome. Play the Harpy. Get the effect. Maybe it's a jar. It's a Sakuretsu. Very lucky for us. Our Harpy's at 1800. We definitely do not crash. We just set the back row. And chill. Let's see what they have in hand. So Thunder Dragons, Breaker. Breaker would have been huge here. So I think, well, we still have the Solemn and the Mirror Force. I bet they summon. We will get rid of the Breaker for sure. I think they summon the Tsukiyomi, flip the Haiku down, flip it back up. Ah, no, they flip the Harpy Lady down. Try to get in and we will have a very huge, great Mirror Force. This looks absolutely awesome. So let's see. Yep. So Breaker goes back to deck. They summon the Tsukiyomi. Flip it down. Attack. Mirror Force is doing its thing. Very nice. So they're left with the Torrential, the Tribe, and 2 Thunder Dragons. Knowledge about Torrential is pretty good. If we flip... No, I looked it up in the situation. If you flip summon the Harpy, it doesn't get its effect. But maybe they're activating the Torrential. They don't. So we don't care and just get in. We would have had the Solemn, but we don't have a Wind anyways for Sylphid. And even if we had, I don't think it's time for this overextension and use Solemn on a Torrential we know about. So I think that was just fine. So set card from the opponent. Heavy Storm, not the best here. But maybe good for later pushes. It is a Sangan. So Snack is coming down. So we have Tribe, Sinister, and 2 Thunder Dragons. So this has to be Tribe or Sinister. Of course, I comment as if I don't know what it is. I see what it is in the YouTube also, but let's keep it like that. We draw into pot, very nice. Harpy Lady's sister. Cyber Harpy Lady. I'm so used to have the sisters that I accidentally say the name. So we have the 2 back row. One of them is Torrential, and the other one is maybe a Jar or a Dust Tornado or whatever. We really don't care about the Hunting Ground, and in this case, we don't even care about the Solemn, I think. So we could Storm, summon the Cyber Harpy, use Rising Air Current. We could also like summon Cyber Harpy, bait the Torrential, like let them activate it, and pop the other one, and then summon Sylphid, but I don't think that's the play. Let's see what we decided to do. But you have those 2 options. Of course, we would keep the Storm and the Solemn with the Sylphid play. But it feels kind of wrong. Yeah, we decided to use Storm. It's a Dust Tornado, so good reading here. Rising Air Current, Cyber Harpy Lady. Pretty big. So let's get in. We still have a Snatch. Still have a Sylphid for later banishes. Their grave is set up, so if Chaos comes down, they would be able to summon it. Here comes the tribe we knew about. I'm thinking right now if the Sylphid play would have been better, also in terms of like plus, minus and everything. But now we can summon Sylphid, see what they have. Torrential's gone. We could go for lethal with the Snatch, but I don't think we need to. I would definitely keep the Snatch for like later Chaos plays. We are way too healthy for this kind of risk. We set the knock as a bait. Take it back to Serp. Attack with the tribe. Setmon. I think they have one Thunder Dragon left. We have the knock and the Elegant Egotist for another bait play. So Serpent is gone, very nice. MST, the Rising Air Current. Am I wrong, or there wasn't an animation again, right? So I think in replays they don't do animations. Didn't know that. Pushed myself a knock now. Well, if it's a Moth, well, let's be real, it is a Moth. They are not the best targets, just the MST. So we summon the Slate Warrior, get over the tribe finally. And chill. They still have one Thunder Dragon and a new card. See if they flip the Moth or just let it chill. Okay, set back row. We have a knock. You could argue to like... No, I just wanted to say to keep the knock because we know it's Moth, but we know it's Moth because of the replay. In the situations could be also a spy, especially when they don't flip it. So, very good to draw the knock here. We don't really care what they do. Alright, GG. Let's see what they had. Storm and the Thunder Dragon. Trap Dust Shoot. Only dead cards. If they would have drawn into BLS, we would have lose. Yep. Chaos Orc wouldn't have been a problem, but that one BLS would have been a win for them. But we won. Pretty nice. So, 2 wins till now with Harpy Aggro. That's it for the replays, folks. Now let's have a real match. I think I played against this person before. I don't know when. Ah yeah, there we go. Okay, glad they didn't hit pot. Okay, let's get rid of the hunting ground. Doesn't look so good. With the serpent. Zombies. Okie dokie. I bet they also have decree. Duo. Of course. Alright, what a start. So maybe no decree. At least that. Know about the mummies. We have nothing to play. Fortunately, we have a monster in grave. They could play Book of Life. Not much we can do here. But there's a chance when we get another Harpy. Well, nothing else we can get. Snatch could be good here. But I bet they have something in, like, a trap against it. Imagine we have a comeback. Sure, why not? Alright, let's rip another mummy out of the hand of our opponent. Or a serpent, fine for me. Alright. Zombies. We want the Saku, we want Rising Air Current over the hunting ground. Don't need the knock. Let's side in the Book of Moon, because maybe we have a scenario where our guys are pumped and get over like a cocky in defense. Let's see. Let's set the Harpy, set ring, pass. Maybe they left a knock. See. Okie dokie. Could use ring. I think that's not bad. And I think I would go like all in. We have so much stuff. We can use the tribe. Can't target right now. I want to keep the United We Stand till like the last moment. I want to set both. They didn't activate Storm or anything, and if they have like a breaker, I want to have at least another battle trap. And I take the risk of Storm. Go. Hit the Saku, perfect. Actually, this was a scenario I had in my head. That's why I wanted to set both. Would I have a Sinister, I assume? So, Mirror Force coming in. So we would have game. We go all in. But I think I wouldn't go all in. Summon Sylphid. And attack. Didn't have duo, but let's set the United We Stand as a bait. Alright. Yeah. So this is not game. Let's try to get over the mummy. Okay. We have a call. Yeah, Spear Dragon dies. Breaker. Could use Breaker's effect on one of the back rows and then equip it with the United We Stand. I think that's better than like risk get over the mummy. Gotta like emergency call. My jokes are getting better. Let's take this one. Alright. So Torrential is gone. Okay. Let's take Spear Dragon. See what they draw. Luck one time, please. Yeah. Okay. Didn't play so much back row. They have a lot of like hand rip stuff like the mummy. I think we're fine. A lot of traps again. Could be a turtle. Could be a mummy. Question is, should we set the Slate Warrior? Set both of these. Usually you should set one, but I want to set both. Same scenario or same reason like last game. Please take the middle one. We always draw these sisters. It's crazy. Let's flip the Slate Warrior. And attack into the first one. We will set the ring. No. Let's keep those in hand. Duo is gone. They want to attack into the Slate Warrior, that's fine. Okay, we go that route. So the Torrential becomes better and better. Attack into this one. Maybe it's Sangan or another turtle. Hit your stuff, that's fine. So first cocky hitting the field. Tribe also becomes better and better. I would like to set the ring now. So we could at least chain something. Alright, Sakuretsu coming down. Could be worse. We could try before we attack, but I think I would prefer to attack the set one first. We are not in a hurry. We still have the Mirror Force. Okay. Okay, we have the MST. Maybe we have the opportunity to have a big push next turn. There comes the first Book of Life. Let's use Mirror Force. And MST. Perfect. So I think we discard Torrential. Would be worse. Especially with the ring. Ring is lethal now. I think we should wait till the end phase. GG's. Nice. What a match. First one was insane. No chance at all. And like second and third game, we had so many traps. They didn't really had a chance to do something. But nevertheless, I think we managed our resources pretty good. I'm so satisfied with this one, so I think this is the perfect moment to round this video up. This is it for Harpy Aggro. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, give it a thumbs up. Instructor signing out. I wish you all a good day. See you tomorrow for the next video.